dust, and somehow it all seems to happen. Anyway, welcome in, Yvie here. Another session of drawing a poster that in some way resembles my own mental health on certain days. And today is certainly one of those days where I've had to do a lot of my own self-care check-ins. Okay, so using Adobe Fresco, I'm going to be carrying on with this illustration. I've done more detail on the background tree. If I just take that out and I need to be looking more at how to do some of the plants around it. That's a good point, Keys. Sorry about that. I forgot to adjust the background music. Is that coming across better? Ah, right, yeah. Okay. Let's have a look. Mine's gone up and background has gone down a bit. Hopefully that works okay. Fine now. Oh, wonderful. Thanks for checking that out, Keys. I've got about 3 different lists of how to get this stream started, and none of them are quite as coherent as I'd like them to be. Teething problems, I'm happy with that. Just kicking on. Okie doke, so gonna get through some leaves and foliage. I was having a look at some of the foliage I had outside, the differences between hedges and plants that are growing with flowers, and the different shapes of plants. So I might just have a look at some of those. So this background, I probably could do turn that back down, and then working on a layer that's going to be for foliage. Which one do I want that to be? That's my rainbow background. So I've got one foliage, the front, and on the right here I think I've added an extra layer. Right, okay. So I'm going to add another layer of colour for some more foliage, and I'll just fill that layer in. I don't really think the colour matters so much at the moment, it's just so that I can see what's what. Okay, deselect. Actually, I think that was it. Oh, I'd already done it as well. Okay, I don't need that extra one. Let's get rid of that. Now, I think I'll work on this side one here. So go back to my lovely pencil. Perfect pencil number 2. I'm just staying in black at the moment whilst I get the next sketched layer sorted. Size 12. Okay, so here I have an idea of, no idea what the plant is actually. It grows in my hedge. I think I use some creative license to. You want me to show the whole drawing? Yeah, sure. I'll add all the top layers in. So that's where I've got to so far. I was putting a lot of detail in the tree. And obviously what I'd started out with was this background sketch. I did this one here just to get the shape of the picture. Thank you, Keys. Yeah, I tend to do, I think, 3 layers, just refining. I'm not the fastest artist, and I do like detail. Detail takes time. So yeah, I thought I'd get some of this foliage going. And what I had in mind was the plant. I think it's a buddleia bush mix, sort of. I know actually they're a bit more pointed. And I sort of dip a pointy at the top. And maybe another one coming up the side. I wonder if there's a number of foliage that is like the optimum number. Like 6 varieties, 3 varieties. No, what was I thinking? I was going to do another layer in front, but I don't think I want to. So this is going to be over the tree. Trees in the background. So I could do with a mid. Grassy bit just here. Does it go in front or back? Why have I not chosen another time of day? Do you know what? I get so lost, Keys, with actually what the program is. I just chose a time of day where I'm not too tired and where I don't have something else happening. It's like it's more of a how can I fit it in for myself, just to be able to get it done. And something I'll probably look at in the future as to when I stream. It's like I struggle to find the program of who's streaming, and now that I know that Ryan's streaming 9 p.m. my time, it's almost like, okay, I've got that to follow what I'm doing. Yeah. And there's plenty of other streamers that I like to watch at the weekend, and I don't think Jack's doing evenings at the weekend at the moment, but it's like I'm also trying to make sure I've got time to be on other people's stream as well. So it's I just found what time was good for me and just started there. Oh, hey Alessandra, good to see you. So yes, I thought this is going to be like a buddleia plant. And then mid, I tell you what, I'll get the front one done first, the front foliage done first, and then I shall take a look at what space I've got left. So that's the side foliage. The front one tends to be the simplest, it's actually just a bit of a filler. But if I just lower that background a bit more. So this is my layer for the front foliage. I just always think of the frames from Disney movies and how pretty the animated frames looked with a bit of the foliage coming in at the sides, and I've just always had that in my mind as that's what an illustration outside looks like. That's true, actually. You have you don't change times in the summer, do you, Keys? Are you on the same time as Britain at the moment then, or an hour behind or after? Or half an hour? I might try and add some little critters in between some of this foliage as well. What am I trying to get across? Nature all around us. We're not on our own, even though it can feel like it very often. A full hour behind GMT. Oh, right, okay. So it's 6:30 for you. Oh, fair enough. It's I remember you said you were working last time. I have this thing where I have to like fill every space. I'm not very good. It's quite difficult for me to do the negative space style. I have if there's space there, I need to fill it with something. It's like I'm just basically the opposite. So I've got my front frame. I might just get this colour in a bit better. Quick add. I think it's that colour. Is that right? If I just hold my finger down. No, that was wrong. Use the brush. Hold my finger down, and the colour comes up. Yep, that's the right colour. I'll quickly use the lasso again. Deselect and a bit more, and then I'll erase out what I don't need with the pencil brush. Okay, deselect. Okay. Just go around these edges a wee bit, just so I can see my background a bit better. Gives it a bit of texture to the edges. This is when I think of colouring in books, for me the good quality colouring in book had paper that wasn't waxy, so the crayons could actually, or pencil crayons or felt tips or whatever I was using would work really nicely on the paper. But also the images that I was colouring in, it was like they had to have the right edges, otherwise I'm one of those people who would colour in between the lines and would get a little bit anxious when the line wasn't there. So I sort of feel like that's coming through my own drawing as well. "20 hours of daylight a day. Crikey. Must be good for plants. Not that I know anything about horticulture or vegetation, real vegetation. Do you have to go to sleep wearing an eye mask, Keys? Because I do. I'm very sensitive to the light, and it's like as soon as if I'm woken up early, I struggle to get back to sleep if there's too much light outside in the room. Is that from me saying crikey? Yeah, it's one thing I do say a lot. Ah, right, yeah. So when I lived in Germany, we had these window shades that literally just dropped, and blackout shades, or blackout blinds they were called. Like everybody just had them. Okay, so I'm just removing background. It's a bit of a slow process, but I enjoy it. A bit like a colouring in book. This is very therapeutic. My little brain. I can't wait to play around with all the colour actually and get into the detail, but this is part of the process. And whilst I'm doing this, even though it's quite a straightforward task to just I feel like I'm losing light. I should turn the screen up a bit more. Maybe because this is quite a simple task, just erasing around these edges, my brain's already thinking about another project I can't wait to start on. I suppose there's no rules to drawing. I can think of something else whilst erasing something here. There we go. Right. Nice scruffy edges. Nice scruffy edges on that, and the one on the right is where I'm looking for a mid. Let me get this girl back in. There's one thing, if you're in erase mode with this secondary touch button down here, double click it, and then you go and click a file and you're still in erase mode, it selects more than one file, so you have to sort of click out of that. It also hides files. It's got multiple functions. Okay, so that on top of there. I was thinking about her dimensions earlier and how she probably needs to look a bit more relaxed. so the angle of the legs needs to change. So I might just do that now. If I use the lasso, I can just select these legs, feet and hand. Actually, that's what I need. If I go up to the knees, do I want the hand in? I think I won't add the hand for now, so I can go around that. I'm just going to alter how they bend a little, and then I need to do the same for the feet. I think skew would work well here, just to lower that edge. Okay, and then deselect, and then I reselect the feet. I think I'll do it without the, what's it called? The bottom of the ankle area. Gosh, my brain didn't work then. Right, skew again, maybe. Is it skew that I want? Possibly. No, let's go back. I'll just transform it instead to straightened. I might probably need to add in, oh, wrong colour. Probably need to add in the forefoot. Okay, I think I wanted to drop the arms as well. I was thinking about this last night, thinking, what am I going to do on this stream? I was like, I need to change the dimensions of stuff. Like hinges, I just move stuff down. Okay, I've done that bit. I wonder if I think this body edge probably also needs lengthening. The skew might work better for this, to alter the angle. Because when you're sat against a tree, you've got quite an arched back. Move that out the way. Okay, let's see. Deselect, go back to my brush, just fill in some of these areas. It can be quite floaty, and maybe I could use the foliage to sort of cross over, and then This is where I'd actually probably need to readjust the angle of the thighs. Because there, I think they're probably too high now. I just erase that a little bit and do it manually. I suppose it's all manual, but how am I doing these? That's a seat. Probably do. Oh, I can't quite envision it. I still haven't got myself a reference picture for this area. Let's try again. There we go. This is why I need to do several sketch layers. Okay, looks a little bit looser than before. A little bit less upright. But these probably still too high. Got some jeans or something on. Okay, I think this shoe doesn't look quite right. Need to come out a bit this way. Yikes, I just made that worse. Yeah, move her bust up a bit upward. Her forearms are very lengthy. Hands and neck arch towards the back. Just trying to visualize what you've said, Keys. There's also a very good chance that these arms are far too long. I wonder if this needs to move inwards a bit as well. I've made it quite a wide. Okay, let's have a look at that. I need more of a arch over the shoulders. And then drop under the arm. And this is supposed to be like a I don't know what it's called actually, the type of not necessarily frilly, but a collar type thing. Oh, that's all that detail that I could probably get into later. Right, hang on, sidetracked. Let me go back to, hang on, what he said. Her upper left hand is considerably shorter than her forearm. That's true. Is that right? When it's bent, when it's extended, I think it's about half again. Okay. Foliage. Let me just get these two foliagey areas under a bit more control. So I want to start on this one. Let's take her out of the way. This layer of foliage, because this is the background. And this is probably going to be some sort of flowered, something with flowers in. So if I get the flowers around it first. And they're all looking at her, reminding her she's not alone. Have in mind that these are going to be like little yellow flowers, little orange flowers, or maybe like forget-me-nots. Although forget-me-nots I think have 5 petals and they are much smaller. So I'm thinking something does. A larger plant. Gosh, I don't know the parts of plants actually. The leafy bit. Because that helps to fill in space. What was that, Keys? So if you'd move her upper body burst with that part of the upper arm. Not quite sure I know what you mean. Do you think the knees are too high? Okay, and then we've got some stalky bits. I could probably add in extra of this foliage. So it's like a hedge. A bush. Okay. Right, and then in between there, I need to add in this. What did I call it? The Rock of Contemplation. Oh yes, I'll have to do the whole thing there. Keys, the horizontal flip. I am very bad at doing that sometimes. Okay. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I actually wonder whether her seat of her bum is actually too high. She's too close to the top of her knees. Right, so cancel that. Right, let's go back to her again, and I just want to try if I move all of the knee, hands, legs, and up to her elbow joint, if I move that all down a tad, across a tad, I can always lift that elbow up a bit. Just sort of squinting at it myself to see, can I see it? Does that work? I'm going to try that. Okay, you select. And then I've got more space. If I go back to my pencil, I've got more space to give a bust. I think this elbow probably needs to be out here. Is that straight? The forearms probably look a bit too squeezed. Probably knees aren't as high. Do I give her nubbly knees? And then we've got this underarm part here. Goes more underarm. Draw on a new layer, a line between the shoulders, another from the shoulder to the elbow, another from elbow to wrist. That's true. So actually her upper arm is too short. I get you. Okay. It's also trying to get a bit of an angle, so it's the perspective that I'm trying to get. Probably doesn't help. That's the shoulder. Key. I'm gonna just get this background colour under control as well, because it's all over the place. And get rid of what I don't need. One thing I do want to try actually is, I did say I wasn't very good at negative space thinking, but I like the idea of trying an erasing image where I erase out stuff like this and it actually is the texture, it's the way it's created, the illustration, rather than filling in, adding, take out a colour. Padding on her shoulder kind of makes it confusing. Yeah, it's not padding, it's ruched sleeves. Ruched sleeves. And it probably won't look so dramatic when I actually get down to getting the proper colouring in. I didn't want to give her such slopey shoulders of defeat, although that would probably go better with the forlorn, contemplated look she's giving. Subtractive process, that sounds right. I understand what you mean. So that's probably something like that. If there's another term for it, I have no idea. These are actually just all wispy bits. Okay, so her dimensions look a bit better. I've got some background foliage on the left that is more, it's closer to what I want. Ugh. Just take the edge off with the actual eraser. Go back to my colours and get the colour that I need. Oh, that isn't actually the right colour. It's the other one. Okay. Mid layer now. This Rock of Contemplation. I'm not actually on the layer. Here we go. So it's some sort of seat. I mean, it could be a broken log. I think a rock would be easier. Oh yeah, I wanted to put words on it as well, so a rock it is. Okay, so it doesn't actually go as far to the right. Let's erase that part. And I need it to come out further to the left. Let's get this orange. Okay, so we've got a bit of depth at the back there. And I probably need a little bit more. If I just take her away, I can see that I'm missing a part. So some of my foliage at the front is too it's obstructing. I think I'll take this part out. That bit there, just so I can get this lettering in. Oops, wrong one. Because the idea is that I'm going to have a message on the rock. Two processes used to drawing and painting digitally. Block versus tip and additive? No, additive versus subtractive. Yeah, preferentially I add. I just layer and layer and layer and layer. And I'm trying to remember that the subtractive is actually also interesting. Okay, I'm just going to add another layer for this rock so that I can get some lettering on it. Let's have a go. Start to breathe. Oh, start with a breath is what I want you to actually write. Right, I'm going to write in that bit. Start. With a and that's what I can begin with. Okay, so where am I up to? I now need to just add a bit more to this middle foliage. So I think I want to do wonder if I should add the same. This is where I was asking earlier about how many variations of plants. So far I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 varieties and a rock. Is there a magic number? 5 is a good number. I think something that goes upwards. Okay, so I've got a few shapes there. And I think it's probably going to be best in front as a top layer. I'll take that out for now and just fill this one out a bit more. And maybe another one coming in that way. Let's get rid of some of this. It's quite responsive, the Apple pencil pen. It's sort of, even though it's set at 12, if you sort of apply pressure, it does seem to sort of thicken up, so it's a thicker eraser when you're in a bit of a rush. I've missed what you've said there, Keith, sorry. What's Cody Bear do? Ah, draws additive and tip. Rudival draws additive with some subtraction. I'm mostly blocking the tip later. Yeah, and it's funny because I don't actually normally block out colours. Again, this is something I'm trying with the blocking colour areas and then adding on top. Normally I sort of translate traditional drawing into digital. Something I'm obviously, it's not the quickest, most, what's the word, quick process, efficient. Guess it's hard to break some habits. Give the other foliage a slightly different shade, otherwise I'm going to get myself confused. I managed to exit out of that. Let's go back in. And I haven't saved once. Not exiting it, fortunately, does save it, but where was that extra bit? Gotta be into here somewhere. When I look at my squares, when I can tell when there's like a random part of it that's somewhere else because the picture goes very tiny in the little square of the layer. Alright, let's get rid of some more in between bits. Switch her break. I've done it again. I wanted to turn her off, but I didn't want to turn that off. Okay. This is now the background tree is confusing me, so turn that one off. Okay, what layers have I got? Oh, hey Oliver. Nice to see you. Okay, and then if we add that one back in, but I give it a different colour. Choose this one. Ding, ding, ding. Fill, pixel, deselect. Put that above. Okay, so turn that camera out of the way, erase, select. And this is eaten. Erase, deselect. Might have done that a bit too much. Bring her back in. Bring the tree back in. Okay. So this is my background sketch layer. I can now turn that off. Move it underneath the background. Add some more purple here. So she's still got leaves in her hair, which is making me think autumn, but I don't know if I want this to be autumnal. Right. What my squares like? My squares, my oh, I'll do that. Flip sideways again. It's all leaning in the right direction. But I suppose that top left, I think just wispy parts coming off it, some branches maybe to help. Okay. Let's save that part. I'm just gonna have a sip of my drink. I've not had any yet. Yeah, so obviously those shoulders are far too high. This is usually the part I love the most, getting to play around with faces. Okay. Right. I'm going to take what's called a quick export of that image. Save the files. I need to tidy up my desktop, I think. Save it there. Let's tag it. Yes. Illustration, mental health. Okay. I think what I'll also do what on earth have I done down there? It's probably the hair actually. Her hair's blending into the tree. Oh, that'd be interesting. Her hair resembling the vines wrapped around the tree as she immerses herself in nature. How many concepts can I get in one picture? I quite like the idea of that actually. Her hair begins to connect with the tree. Or would that be really creepy? I suppose it doesn't have to be overly done. It might be a better idea than the leaves, because these leaves are confusing me. I think I wanted to put words in them, but I've changed my mind. trying to tidy this up a little bit so I can see what's what. So use the hair to mimic lineage. And then it does sort of mimic the branches as well. If I just get rid of some of this bit here. Okay, so that left shoulder is a little bit too high. Those ruche sleeves are lovely, but they're also confusing me. If you can be a little less ruche. Ding, ding, ding. Okie doke. And tap, and then reselect. No worries, Keys. Thanks for dropping by. I'm just carrying on anyway. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer there. Do, undo, undo. Okay. Oh, I want to get rid of that anyway. Because these are wispy bits. That's what I was doing. Okay, it looks a little bit wispier. So the fringe, no, her fringe is not following the rest of the hair. She does look a bit stern. Let's give this another go. Let's have a look. I think this will be the last thing I do. Sorry, yeah, Oliver, I didn't realise that came across. No, I need a timer because I get distracted, and it's to try and help me keep on time. That's all. It's just my little timer. So these eyes aren't quite even. Make the glasses bigger. Bigger glasses. I mean, who's got even eyes anyway? Mine are wonky. Sorry, it's on the slow setting. I'll have to put it under the pillow next time. Do. There we go. Give us some. Do we want to call them eye bags? What else would they be called when you've like basically got you've got an upper eyelid and a lower eyelid? This is me getting into the weeds. Just playing around. I like drawing glasses like my mum used to wear. We used to call them Deirdre glasses. Just like Deirdre out of Coronation Street. Okay, and let's just make this nose a wee bit longer. amazing how many different looks of people you can get just by altering the nose. Okay, I'm probably going to be over editing on this because I'm not really sure what I'm aiming for. I'll give it a bit of a shade. And then these glasses probably need to come down. To match. Oh, doesn't quite catch it sometimes. Okay. There we go. She's significantly different from where we started. She absolutely looks like a different person. Let's take a quick export of that. A save image. Cool. Well, thanks very much for joining me today, guys. I'm gonna save this and head off now, and hopefully next week I will be doing a final draft layer. Final draft? Is that paradoxical? And anyway, let's see what happens next week. But thank you so much for joining me. Here is me trying to exit without crashing. See you guys next week. Bye.